Alright, so we're continuing the Link to the Past Randomizer Casual Dungeon Guide. We're going to be doing Skullwoods here. Requirement for Skullwoods is you do need Fire Rod. You also need access to Dark World, obviously. Moon Pearl, all the same stuff. The thing about Skullwoods is, even though you only need Fire Rod, Skullwoods isn't really a pleasant dungeon. There's a lot of route deviations, so this may or may not be helpful. I don't really know what route I'm going to take here, regardless. We enter Lost Woods and Dark World, we drop down that hole. We can dash past that bumper and then into this room. I always get this chest first, and then I always go north. And depending on whether or not I get a key in this room or the previous room, if I don't get a key, then I go back down south and hang right. If I do get a key, then I go through this door. And then from here, I do have big chest room. I do have big key. You can do a bomb jump here. Bomb jumps, not great at, so we'll just give it one shot and see how we do. All right, we got it. And then you can dash across that path. So the next one is you can continue right here. Don't feel like you have to do the bomb jump. That's just kind of whatever. Okay, we get our first item. Again, 2 items in here. If you don't want to do that bomb jump, in order to get to the big chest, you can... Okay, let me stop there. I can go through this key door and go south into another room. That room is almost guaranteed to have a key, so I'm basically trading a key and time for another key, and it's not worth it. So I'm not going to bother. I'm going to leave. Now back to my other point. If you want to get big chest the vanilla way, you drop down this hole, and there's a bombable wall to the left. You just go in there, pull a lever, and it opens up the wall behind where big chest was, and you can get that no problem. The only problem with that is it does take a bit of time, and you can't mirror back simply because it puts you where you're dropped into the dungeon through that hole. So as you saw, I looped back around, came in another entrance. You can go through this door up at the top to get another chest. I may as well do it because I have time. You can use Cane of Samaria here if you have it. Alternatively, you can push the statue on the right there onto that switch, and that'll work as well. That's just a little bit longer. And then you come in here, you grab the chest, no item. I tend to skip that room because, again, there's only 2 items, and you can get that one on your way back if you want. From here we go left, we dash through this room, we dash to the side of this room, we grab another key. That one's more or less, you don't need to grab that since I already had one, but it's there. I always grab it regardless. We come out here. From here we go left, and this is where you require Fire Rod. You can also choose to mirror back to Light World here if you have Book, and it puts you right before Pedestal, so you can check what Pedestal is here. I don't have Book, so I'm not going to bother checking it. We're going to go right in. So you have 2 options here. You can drop down and do the route for that chest, or you can go straight to Mothula. I may as well go grab the chest just so I can show the route so I don't have to come back after. That was stupid. Right here, as soon as you go far up as you can, come back to the right, and there's a clay pot there, the skull pot there. You can open up and get across rather than having to go around. You dash down and go through here. Grab this. So there's our second item from Skullwood. So now we know we don't have to go back and do... You didn't have to go back and get big chest. You didn't have to do that other chest that I said you had to do. Anyways, it's just... You know, if you skip certain things, you wind up saving time. What an idiot. Here we go. There's a bit of a glitch here. You can kind of walk across there on a diagonal. I'm actually going to hit these stars to show the actual path. Primarily because I want the hearts. And here, and there's another heart there. This is the room where, if you don't have half magic, it gets a bit tight. I always do Fire Rod, Fire Rod, Fire Rod, Fire Rod. And then that's quick. You can gain some magic back here. Good deal. And then just Fire Rod these 4. And off we go. This next room's a bit of a mess. I always go north. Try to take out that mini Moldorm, and try to get through the door before that bunny thing gets you. From here you can pick up a pot. There's another... this guy has a key, so you want to kill him, and there's always a heart underneath that pot too. So now that we have our key, we can go through here. And we can drop down to Mothula. So for safety, I'm going to equip the Cane of Burna. I'm probably not going to use it, but if you're new to the game, equip Cape or Cane, and it makes things a lot easier on you. No shame in safety strats, that's for sure. One thing about Mothula is if he is over spikes, he is invulnerable. So that's the biggest pain in the ass with this boss. Just avoid the spikes, do a lot of running around. Eventually you'll get him. Butter Sword, it's easy. Tempered, it's not as bad, or not that bad. And then with Master Sword, it's a big challenge. So just keep that in mind if you're doing Mothula. I don't have to go back and do any other chests. If you did miss some chests, or if you got through Mothula with only getting 1 of the 2 or 0 of the 2 items, you're going to just want to backtrack through the dungeon, hit the chest that I pointed out, or specifically go through that door that I didn't go through, and there's another chest in there. Other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. I should point out that, like, these aren't super speed strats. I do what I can to get by in dungeons as best I can because I just play this game casually. So just keep that in mind. If you're trying to get a little bit more serious, you probably want to look at some other videos that I'm sure are out there. Anyways, thanks again.